Hello, everyone. My name is Skyla Post with skylasposts.com, and on this channel, you'll find videos all about teaching online to make an income from home. And in this video, we're going to be comparing VIPKid and Outschool because they're both online teaching opportunities. They're both wonderful opportunities, but there are some different things about them. So I thought that I'd make a video for you all about comparing the two. VIPKid I have been doing for a little over 3.5 years, and Outschool I've been doing for a little over 2 months. So I'm still pretty new to Outschool, but I can still give you a good idea about the differences. You might be interested in one or the other. You might be interested in both. It will really depend on what you're looking for in teaching online to make an income from home, or it might come down to the requirements and what best fits you. And maybe neither is an option for you. It will really just depend. Okay, that's a little crazy today. All right, so if you go to my website, like I said, it's skylasposts.com. I'm just directing you there because you can actually read this information. Okay, so if you go to skylasposts.com and click teach, some little pictures will pop up and you can scroll down. And it will show Outschool and VIPKid as the two jobs available on that page. You can go to the bottom and click Teach Continued, and there are details about Palfish as well as GoGoKid, which are both similar to VIPKid, but we're specifically going to talk about VIPKid and Outschool today. Okay, but if you go there, you can see the written version of the things, a lot of the things I'll be telling you about. So very first, the reason why I listed Outschool first when you are scrolling, I used to have VIPKid first, but I changed that because you don't need a bachelor's degree to do it. All right, but here are the requirements for applying and teaching with Outschool. And like I said, I'm reading this right off of my website. This is information that I pulled from the company and put there for you, so it was quick and easy to find and easy to compare the two. So the Outschool requirements are: you need to be at least 18 years old. You need one or more expertise or passion that you will base your classes around. So if you've watched my other videos, or if you haven't, with Outschool, you create your own classes and your own curriculum. Of course, there are pros and cons to that, and we can go into more detail about pros and cons later, but a pro for that is that you get to teach what you're passionate about. You get to teach what you want to teach, which is wonderful. Con, you have to actually write a lesson plan, but that's not really a con. It's just something to do. Be willing to meet the Outschool community standards, which of course it's very similar to most company standards. Observe their class content policy. Again, they just have a few guidelines and a policy in place for their classes, and they do need to approve your classes. That's fine. And then you, of course, need a reliable and fast internet connection. Now, it's actually lower than what you need for VIPKid because Outschool is done through Zoom. And on Zoom, it's not quite the same as how the platform is and the program is run. Like with VIPKid, so it says you need over 3 megabits per second for upload and download. That is not very much. Most people who have bad internet have at least 7 megabits. So if you can stream Netflix from your home, no problem, then for Outschool, your internet is sufficient. You should be well over the 3 megabits per second. If you're in a big city, you're like, 3 and 7? What's that? I run at 100 megabits per second. I'm small town Idaho. I don't comprehend that. I run at 25. Okay. You need a technical know-how, basic computer skills, of course, and then willing to learn how to use Zoom. Zoom is an online web video conferencing platform. You do not need your own Zoom login because Outschool provides it. Okay. Through their outschool.com website. Good command of written and spoken English. You're teaching students. Yes. Of course, when I talk about having good spoken English, I don't know what to say. And then, of course, you do need to allow them and give them permission to verify you, your identity, and run a background check. Now, this is the big one, which could be a make or break deal for you, is that you need to be residing full time in any of the 50 United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or the United Kingdom. And that's because of who they do their background check through and how they do payments and different things. And they use PayPal. Okay? So that's just the basic requirements for Outschool. I'm going to scroll down, if you're on the website, to VIPKid, basic requirements. You do need a bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree or higher in any field. They do like to see if it's teaching related, but it does not have to be teaching related. You need to be a native English speaker. You need 1 or more years of teaching experience. 2 or more years is preferred, but it's not required. It could be anything like homeschooling, tutoring, coaching, mentoring. Mentoring, I've never said it that way in my life. Mentoring. Of course, an actual classroom, or people say brick and mortar teacher. All of those things can count. You could even count if you teach like a Sunday school class at your church. Any kind of teaching experience that you can tell them about, you can put on there. Eligible to work in the US or Canada. So that's their requirement. And then on here it says it's you'll earn between $14 and $24 an hour. Lately, a lot of people have been earning $17 to $21 an hour. There has been a slight change in how they do some of the incentives. So I'm not sure if that overall cap will change. I think it'll still be between maybe 16 to 20 rather than 17 to 21 an hour because of the changes. And then you either need a teaching license or a TESOL certificate. Those can be obtained online. TESOL stands for Teaching English as a Second Language Online, TESOL. TESL, Teaching English as a Second Language. So that just has to do with requirements from the Chinese government that they added in the TESOL or TEFL certificate for those TESOL, TEFL. There's several. Yes. If you need one, I can help you with that. There's a link on there to get one for $19 instead of $119. So, okay. Now, that's just the basic requirements. I said them very quickly. Again, go to skylasposts.com. SKYLASPOSTS.com. You don't have to put in the www or the HTTP. Just skylasposts.com will get you there. So you can reference that. But that's the quick, that's both right there at you. There they are. Now, Outschool, I'll read to you a description that I wrote out. Outschool is an online class platform. The focus of Outschool is small group live online classes. It is a large community, and some might say even a marketplace for online classes. Outschool provides beautiful listings for you. Okay? That's why instead of just doing your own like private tutoring or trying to come up with your own lessons and advertise yourself, you're hard to find. But Outschool is not hard to find. So that's why it's great to have them in your corner. So they provide the listings for you. You fill out all the forms and they're advertising for you. You don't need to pay for advertising because they're doing it for you. So you get to write your own class and then they do all the advertising and provide the platform to do it, which is their website. And then you teach through Zoom through their website. Okay. I also wrote that they have secure online payments, and Outschool teachers have the opportunity to teach about topics they are passionate about. For more info about class subjects, you can email me. You can check out other things on my YouTube channel. And on this video and my other Outschool videos, I like to link things for you. So I'll link some information about Outschool, of course, below, anything that I think you will find helpful. How do you teach? So there's 3 steps to teaching. You first create a class listing, and then you schedule the dates and times that you want your class to be available. and then you submit a class to be reviewed, and then you can teach learners around the world. If you'd like to apply to Outschool, there's a button on my website. There's also a link below. Now, a lot of you probably know what VIPKid is at this point, or know what online ESL is, or online English as a second language. So you teach English online to students between the ages of 3 and 14. You create your own schedule and hours. They are one-on-one classes. Okay, so that's a big difference. Outschool is group classes online. VIPKid is one-on-one. Outschool, you create your own classes. VIPKid, the curriculum's provided. Okay, and then you need internet, computer or iPad, headset, physical props, and rewards. I have videos on all of those things, but maybe you're talking about spring and you have a picture of spring. That would be a prop. Now, with VIPKid, the requirement for the download is at least a speed of 20 megabits per second. So depending on where you live, that may or may not be attainable. So, yes. Now, if you have a bachelor's degree and you meet all of the requirements for both, which one should you do? Well, that depends. That depends on you, because VIPKid is done it's centered and based around Beijing Standard Time, which is right now 14 hours ahead of me. I'm in Idaho Mountain Standard Time, and when daylight savings hits again, they'll be 15 hours ahead. Now, in Beijing, they don't do daylight savings time, and where you live, you might not as well. I actually have a video all about that and how to calculate the time and all of that for VIPKid. But that means that you're often, if you're in the US or Canada, you're often working early mornings or late evenings. Now, evenings don't always fill all the time because it's lunchtime for them. So they might be at school. You might get some of the younger kids. But if it's a holiday in China or a weekend, you can do evenings. Okay? So if you're wanting to work early mornings or late evenings, VIPKid is a great option. If you have young children and you want to work while they're sleeping, VIPKid's a great option. Outschool is based in the US, and so they are, side note, both companies have been around about 6 years. Isn't that funny? Okay, so Outschool, you can really open whenever you want because they do have learners from all over the world. I do think that a majority of the students are, I don't know an actual percentage, more than half are from the US or Canada. And so if you open just any morning, afternoon, or evening hours, you have the potential of having students. So there's that. If you're wanting daytime hours, then Outschool would be a good option for you. I do have videos both on VIPKid and Outschool related to pay. It will vary for every single person because it depends on how many classes you're teaching. Depends on, for VIPKid, what your base pay and bonuses are. For Outschool, it varies because it depends on how many students you have in each class. It depends on what you're charging per student. But most people are making between $14 and $21 an hour with VIPKid, where with Outschool, the average is $40 or more an hour. I personally have been averaging about 75. I'll have to redo the math. But I have been making over $60 an hour, and I'm a couple months in. So, but then that's my average. I've had a class with only one student, and I made $6. But then I had a class with 8 students. I taught them 30 minutes 3 times, and in that 3 times I made $168. for 90 minutes. So, yeah. With both companies, you open up when you are available and hoping to teach. With both companies, parents have to find you and book you. With both companies, parents can leave you a rating between 1 and 5. With VIPKid, anything less than a 5 is not good. With Outschool, anything less than a 4 is not good. So a 4 or 5 are great with Outschool. A 5 is great with VIPKid. With both of them, parent ratings can help you with getting more bookings and future students. With both companies, you create a teacher profile, you create an introduction video, you have the opportunity to try and sell yourself through that introduction video, through your profile page, through parent feedback. With VIPKid, you are required to leave feedback every single lesson on the student for the parents on how it went. With Outschool, you are not. You are not required to do that. You can private message each student within the classroom on the website. You also can do a group message. It's like if you think of a college online class, you have like I don't know what to call it anymore. I haven't taken an online class for college in a while. I graduated in 2011. It's 2020. It's been a minute. But the discussion board, I guess you could call it. There is, you could click classroom and then you can type a message and it will post on the discussion board, I guess you could call it, within Outschool. So what questions do you have? VIPKid or Outschool, what do you think will work the best for you? What option are you looking to? I am happy to answer any questions you have. You can put your questions below. You can email me at skylasposts@gmail.com. Any questions that you may come up with. I really just wanted to kind of lay it out there in a video type format for those of you that enjoy learning this way, if that's your learning style, because there are a few similarities, but there are some big differences. Both can be wonderful work from home opportunities for you. I think right now, if you're wanting to teach online as a job, that VIPKid and Outschool are probably your top 2 choices. VIPKid has kind of an intense or a grueling hiring process, but I help with the hiring process and I have for the past 3 years. So if that's the route you want to go, I can help you get through that. Now with Outschool, we're noticing patterns and things about what you can try to add to your application to boost your chances of getting accepted the first time. But you can reapply. Right now, I haven't seen a cap. I know somebody who got accepted their 5th try. So I can help you through that process as well. I'm helping and working with several people in that. So I hope you found this helpful. If you are thinking of teaching online and you're thinking of VIPKid or Outschool and which is better, maybe both are right for you. Maybe one or the other. Just start weighing the pros and cons, looking at what you're needing. Watch my playlists. I have playlists for both. I have information for both. I'm doing both. But I will say, I want to work smarter, not harder. So I'm actually cutting back my VIPKid schedule because I'm making about 3 times as much with Outschool at the moment with my summer camp classes. And so I still want to keep VIPKid because I know how much I'm getting when I open up my classes. And I know when I open classes how well things book and things. So I'm well established with them. With Outschool, I haven't done it long enough to feel the security in in that I know I have all these classes ready and they'll always book amazingly. I think that that will come as I create more classes and I do it more. So I'm going to continue doing both for now. But I wanted to sleep a little more, sneak in a little bit of daytime hours, and that kind of thing. Oh, with VIPKid, my children cannot interrupt my classes. If I have a child interrupt a class, it's a huge no-no. I can get in big trouble. With Outschool, I still do not want my children to interrupt classes. But if my children are watching a movie for 30 minutes and I teach a 30-minute class and one of them comes and knocks on the door, I don't feel like I'm going to be in trouble for that. Does that make sense? With VIPKid, if my child comes and knocks on the door and a parent complains or there's a reason that they have to go back and watch that class, I can get in big trouble for it. So that's another thing. I will never intentionally have my children interrupt a class or plan it around when they would or could interrupt a class, but that's something else to keep in mind, depending on ages of children and that kind of thing. But with Outschool, I feel like they're a little more understanding of that. I personally do still use my headset for both because it's noise canceling. And if I have to cough or sneeze or say, go away whilst teaching, I can mute my sound. And so there's that. But okay, Outschool, VIPKid, they're both awesome. If you want pros and cons video, I have one for VIPKid. If you want one for Outschool, tell me below. I'll make one. I'd be happy to. But 4th of July is in a couple days. So if you are from the States, happy Independence Day. And Canada Day was yesterday. So if you are Canadian, happy Canada Day. And if you're from somewhere else, wherever you're from, I'm sure you'll be celebrating something soon. So there you go. Bye.